Welcome back to In the Moment.
Yeah, we're back. We're in this
back.
moment.
So last week we Bryant said his piece and announced that he was not going to be on here in season 2, and we announced that we had a new host, and we left you with a cliffhanger, not knowing who the new host was. Today we have the new host as a guest, and here he is. His name is Joseph.
What's up, guys?
Joseph Morgan. How
Hey.
are you, man?
I'm good. How are y'all?
We're good.
We're good.
I'm
It's somber because we're counting down Bryant's last few episodes.
But I'm excited.
I'm excited.
I'm exceedingly excited.
I'm excited to work
This is
with
going to
you.
be great.
Yeah.
Joseph is one of my best friends. Love him like a brother. I say that to almost every guest we have on. But love him like a brother.
Except that one time he was my friend.
Yeah. But me and Joseph are very close. We're almost the same personality type.
Very similar.
Very, very similar in personalities. It's going to be interesting. Whereas, me and Bryant are very opposite.
Yeah. It was a good balancing act, I feel like.
So,
Well, we'll see how this goes.
but me and Joseph have big plans for this podcast and this channel. So yeah, Joseph, how you
What's
been?
up, dude? I've been good.
I mean, I've seen you. I saw you last week, but
We
that's
saw each
okay.
other last week. We did.
But people on the podcast want to know what you've been up to.
What have I been up to? Well, 2
I
weeks
just
ago
bumped that. I'm
was,
sorry.
Brennan.
was spring break. All right, go ahead and break all the equipment. All right. No, 2 weeks ago
You
was
moved one leg.
I like this guy already.
was spring break. And
Yes.
leading up to spring break, you have big rounds of tests and everything, and so that way, when you get to spring break, you can actually take a break and take a breather. But nobody ever tells you that the last day to drop is the Friday after spring break, and then that's another hell week because the teachers are trying to screw you over before they let their grades out. And that's exactly what was happening. It was test after test, project after project this week. I would have had like 2 tests, 2 quizzes,
Oh man.
a paper, and a project. It's pretty rough.
So Joseph, for the people that don't know who you are
That don't know
and
who I
don't
am.
really know you that well,
Yes.
tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so
this is going to be an interview for Joseph.
Ooh.
Basically.
all these tests and quizzes are pointing me in the direction of nursing school at Mississippi College. I'm going to be
Yes.
a male nurse.
Yep.
Marsh.
But yeah.
A Merce.
Marce,
A Merce.
I like it.
Currently reside in Madison, Mississippi. So
Okay.
about an hour away from where we're sitting right now.
Yep.
So
And if you hear a slight sound of a lawnmower or rain, it's because my neighbors are
Crazy.
crazy and mowing in the rain, but that's okay.
Yeah, not only is it raining.
they're
mowing the
combining
lawn.
their 2 favorite smells, the smell of fresh rain and freshly cut grass. And so
Yeah, we were sitting
Anyway.
here and I was like, "Oh, it's raining. That might throw the podcast off." And then the
I
lawnmower
was like,
started, and I was like, "Wait a minute."
And I looked at Brian, I was like, yeah, they're on drugs.
Oh, okay.
But anyway,
just kidding.
or are we? Anyway, Joseph,
Yeah.
where are you from?
So I grew up in a little town called Brandon, Mississippi.
Yes.
Rankin County. Rankin County.
Rankin
Home
County.
of,
Stinking
Hi,
Rankin.
Big
hi,
trucks
I'm
and
from
catfish
Brandon,
and-
I
yeah.
I pulled a total idiot.
All right, did I?
go ahead.
And so I lived in Brandon for quite a while, and then my family, we packed our bags and moved out west to the beautiful state of Colorado.
Colorado.
I was there for just over 5 years. I actually finished out school there, and on the right on the foothills, just south of Denver. So beautiful, beautiful place. Then I came back here for college to go to Mississippi College, Choctaws on the move, where I've really got
They're what
involved.
now?
Choctaws on the move. This is saying that they came up with this
okay.
this year. Choctaws on the move. Nobody knows what it means.
I don't know what it
Literally
means.
nobody knows what it means.
Wow.
But our shirts say it, so it must be important.
Right,
Apparently.
yeah.
If you make a shirt that says that, it's
Yeah.
pretty.
We made shirts.
We
have
did.
merch on teespring.com/
Merch.
in the moment.
Merch. Is that copyright? Can you sing songs?
Was that Jake Paul that you were singing?
No.
Were you just-
How dare you say his name on here?
No, he was repping Jake Paul a long time back.
Dude,
Uh-oh.
okay. Shut up.
Yeah. Well, hey, what was your number 1 listen to song on Spotify
it was
this
not
past
my
year?
number 1 listen to song. It was on my top 100 songs.
Okay, but still, that's up there, man. That's
It was
up there.
on there.
So no, since we're on the subject, did y'all see the Flat Earth documentary Logan Paul put out?
No.
He put out a flat Earth
it's-
documentary.
So he fooled the entire internet into thinking he was a flat earther. He promoted the crap out of this this documentary.
How long did this go on for?
Like since the summer. They filmed it. They filmed it just after the summer, and then they just released it last week. And so he had people thinking, like, he had the flat earthers thinking he was a flat earther, like the whole community.
Yeah,
as
he
a
went to
whole.
that conference.
He went to the
Yeah.
conference and he acted like he was a flat earther and started believing in it and stuff. And on his podcast he would ask every guest like, what shape is the Earth and stuff like that. So people were like mad and upset. They're like Logan Paul's a flat earther. The guy fooled the entire internet. He released a flat Earth.
Fat Earth.
It was a flat Earth
The
documentary
Earth is fat, not
It is.
flat.
Yes, yeah. Fat, not flat, dude.
It turned
that's a
out-
good thing.
New thing.
It turned out to be a mockumentary, and the whole thing was completely scripted.
Oh, that's
It was
beautiful.
brilliant. It was brilliant. It's one of the funniest things I've ever
Incredible.
seen.
You just got a
It's-
notification.
I did.
You got to turn those off, man.
They're
Yeah,
off now.
your phone.
You got it.
I don't
ready.
normally watch Logan Paul's stuff, but I was so intrigued by this documentary, and it was probably the funniest mockumentary I've ever seen. It was
Really?
hilarious. Whole thing is scripted and it's funny, and there's like one part where his friend Mike is talking about how he used to live in Antarctica, and like that's supposedly the end of the Earth.
Yeah.
and stuff like
Right.
that.
The
And
giant
he
ice
had
wall.
a friend that was flat-footed and he fell off the Earth, and he was like, yeah, and his last words were, ah. It's just so. Anyway, I don't normally promote Logan Paul, but LP, you did good on that one. I'll say that. Anyway,
Okay, then.
um,
But yeah, so song of the week?
you
Song
got
of the week,
you
yeah.
got song of the
Do you
week
want me
this
to
week.
say how I met you?
Oh, we'll
Not
do that-
yet.
We'll do that
Not
later.
yet.
Later.
We'll do that
Okay. All right.
This is afterwards. If you would read the itinerary I sent you.
Yeah.
You should read the email.
I
Was it an
should.
email?
It was a text message.
Oh, right, because we're high tech like that.
Yeah.
All right. So this may be loud.
You just
but
put it up to your phone, play it for
we'll see
6
how this
seconds.
goes. 6 seconds.
Yes.
All right. Here
no
we go.
more, no less.
I pulled a bad last
Yeah,
week.
we
I
had
accidentally
11
played
seconds.
11 seconds,
Uh-oh.
and it's probably going to get copyrighted.
Anyway.
Whoops. All right.
All right, that's all we can play. What was the name of that song?
That is
And-
Beautiful Life by The Collection.
Okay, do you know
Beautiful
anything
Life by
about
The
their that?
So The Collection is one of my all-time
Do you
favorite
know
bands.
anything?
Do I know
Do you
anything?
know
do you
anything?
even the collection guy? Okay, anyway, go
I know
ahead.
his name's David.
Okay, cool.
No, I'm kidding. No, so they're a Christian folk group that actually recently broke up, but the guy's still producing music and everything. All their songs are really just real. They have a lot of songs inspired by like scripture and stuff, but then also just about like real stuff, dude. Like this song, Beautiful Life, talks about just, you know, making mistakes and getting back up again and just going at your own time. Cause like dude, like moving to Colorado, moving back to Mississippi, that's what it's about, dude, is just finding out where you are, where you're going to go.
And you really had to do that. You struggled.
Yeah, Brennan met me like at the climax.
Yeah,
of,
during the point where he was like, I don't want to be here.
dude, I'm telling you, but that's the cool thing is the fact that like no matter where you are, that like you'll never truly be alone. Like,
Yeah, man.
Dude, like life is beautiful, like all its mistakes, everything. But yeah, I love that song.
And
It's
you
good
always
stuff.
got to live life in the moment too.
Check it out. Yeah,
Yeah,
follow
in
my
the moment.
Spotify.
Plug it, man.
Plug it.
You're a
It's,
host now, dude. Plug
Joseph
it.
Co Morgan. That's JosepHComorgan.
Follow that.
Follow that on
That was
Spotify.
incredible.
Yes, it
I don't
was.
think I could
You
spell my own
practiced
name
that.
that fast.
You practiced
did
that,
not.
sir. Bull.
Excellent speller.
Bull. Okay.
I don't even think I could spell my own name that
Look,
fast.
do you want me to call my mom?
No,
I
no,
won
no.
the 3rd grade spelling bee.
One of
I
these
have
days,
proof.
we will have to get your mom on a call. She is an interesting lady.
She's wonderful. Don't make fun of Jan.
Oh, I'm
That
not.
is the most mom name ever.
I am not.
Jan.
I am not making fun of your
Jan.
mother. I am saying she is an interesting lady.
She is. She raised me. So
That's incredible.
So yeah, we
I
know
love-
each
I love
other.
how I said that's incredible, as though like
That's
most
incredible.
moms
it's an
don't.
achievement to raise Joseph Morgan. You know.
That's true.
Yeah.
Jan, you did a good job.
Thanks, Jan. Shout out to all the moms there.
All the moms.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So we know each other. We've talked about our camp before.
Yeah. We worked at send me the itinerary.
Booty, I did.
Oh,
Called out.
someone's being called out right now.
Oh, no, I didn't press send.
Oh, dude, that's relatable. Relatable though, man. So that's what you-
Whoopsie. Anyway,
Girls like, why aren't you responding? Oh, sorry, I forgot to press send.
So yeah, me and Joseph met a couple years ago. We've talked about this camp before where we all work at. This is a wonderful place.
It's a wonderful life.
So yeah, Joseph, you want to take it away?
Yeah. So I went to this camp 2 summers ago, that we worked at 2 summers ago, and I remember because like when you're signing up to work there, they give you kind of like a preference card of what areas of camp you want to work at.
Yeah.
And I saw that this camp, like a lot of camps, has a riflery and archery range.
Yes.
And I was like, I like shooting things. So, and I was saying,
said every.
And this
guy
is in the
ever.
this is in the midst of Joseph trying to figure out where he belonged and what, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess like brief like backstory to that.
Yeah, go ahead. Do that.
So like I had gone to, so I was in Colorado, and time came to apply for college, and so I know my granddad and my dad both went to Mississippi State University up in Starkville, and then I had friends that went to MC in Clinton, and then living in Colorado Christian was a big option too, because at the time I was very involved in local politics.
Why?
Actually, I don't like, dude. I'm telling you, it's I mean, that's a story for another time. But like, cause it's long. But like,
it's a good thing you're gonna be the host.
my granddad like really just got me interested in, in caring more about the world and like what's going on and stuff. And this guy actually helped run the Republican caucus for
Wait,
areas.
Really?
For the
It's
city of
incredible.
Littleton.
We have a big name here.
We have a big politician here.
Yeah, we have a big name politician here on the podcast.
Bow before me, peasants. Trying to figure out where I wanted to go to school and stuff. And so I went out, I was like, you know what? I love state, because I grew up going to the games growing up in Brandon.
And what state, by the way?
Mississippi State.
Yes,
University.
That's where I'm going.
Which is where Bryant's going to be going.
Hell State.
Yeah.
Praise the Lord and go Dogs.
That's right.
And so I was like, my granddad went there, I went there. I love the athletics, and so I was like, yeah, sure, let's do that. Got there, and school's great. I mean, they really do have a lot of people that succeed.
Starkville is butt.
The city is not as great.
I lived there as well,
Right.
and it's awful, man. I had to move back home too. I was in the same boat.
Yeah, the thing is like with a big school like that, it's very easy if you don't go in with the right mindset to kind of get overwhelmed and stuff. And I just didn't get plugged in, and so moved back home, and so I got there like the first week of August and left like the second week of October.
Wow.
Went and worked at an old lady retail store Tuesday morning.
Attaboy.
Oh yeah, dude, it was awesome. I got some stories to tell.
Attaboy.
But went and worked there for a few months, and then time came, applying for, I was like, all right, was I going to apply for summer school, and or was I going to go back to college and everything? And so ended up deciding to go to Mississippi College, or I was leaning that way. And then I had a buddy that worked at this camp who told me, he was like, hey dude, we need more guys to come and be counselors here. And I was like, you know what? Actually, it's funny, in that February, I had a guy reach out to me about working at another camp in the state. And he was like, hey, you should come work here. I can get you a job guaranteed. And I was like, dude, I don't have any interest in spending. I was like, I'm not going to waste my summer working at a camp. I was like, no, I'm going to the beach. And obviously that didn't happen.
Yeah.
And so then my other friend, like a couple months later, was like, hey, dude, we need more guys. And I was, for whatever reason, I was like, I'm going to roll with it.
This other friend's a dad now.
He is a dad. How crazy is that?
Anyway, another story.
Yeah.
That is
and so,
whoa.
Yeah, I mean, he's what, 2 years older than us?
He's my age.
He's your age, yeah.
He's my age.
That's crazy, man. But, so I was like, yeah, sure, sounds good. And so, was looking at all the options, and I decided to do riflery and archery. They had this one like outdoorsy thing. It made it sound like
WWA.
it was super,
Is that what it is?
made it sound like it was super outdoorsy and stuff.
It's
And I was
not.
like, it's not. No, it's not. It's just managing a bunch of screaming kids.
I mean, there are people.
It's
There are
going
people that,
to be though.
Yeah, they're making
you're
it better
right.
this year, but there are people that enjoy it.
There are. No,
I
yeah.
know most of the people that work there enjoy it. It's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah, it's fun.
And I
think you would have enjoyed it because you were a
probably.
Boy Scout.
Yeah, I love the outdoors, but it's not exactly what, like, on the surface, it's not what you would think it is.
But it's also a summer camp, so everything's outside.
Right. Right.
Yeah, but
not just.
And
the
we
wild
had
wilderness
our fair
adventure.
share of walking to rifle and
we?
archery.
Oh, yeah.
So
did we ever?
So
we all three worked at the riflery and
Yeah,
archery
we have all
range. By the way,
three.
I was actually the supervisor, but I don't want to.
Hey, shut up. I'm kidding. No.
That's only because you went and did different
Yeah,
things.
you probably would have been the supervisor if you wouldn't have gone lifeguard.
I don't know. But so 2 summers ago, ended up working riflery and archery, and so
That's where we met.
That's where we met because we had to get there early.
Yep.
For
like training. And
yeah,
stuff.
for training.
And
so
we bonded by spray painting targets. Is how we bonded.
So it was the very first day.
Yep.
That's fun.
The head, the top dude between the church that runs the camp,
yes.
and then he was like from the church that runs
director.
the camp. Right. He took us all out there to the range and kind of showed us around and stuff, and then. I remember we just hit it off pretty easily.
We instantly bonded.
Because I'm trying to think. It was you, me, and then Luke and Cameron were the guys out there.
Well, Luke wasn't there yet.
That's right. But Cameron was there.
Yeah, and
so
Wyatt.
And Wyatt. And so...
Me and you hit it off just because we were both like... I think it was because we were in the same boat, like as like...
Not knowing
sucked.
what's going on. Right,
I'd worked a summer before you.
I'm saying like just like in general.
It's like in general, like
neither
one of us knew. We both had moved to Starkville and hated it and moved back home.
Yeah.
So we just kind of bonded over that and then
Yeah.
just became really good friends during that summer.
Right.
And are currently growing our friendship.
Amen. Yeah, and then so like that day was fun. That night was interesting. That could be a story for another time.
That night, yeah.
Let's leave it.
That's kind of
cliffhanger.
I'm alarmed.
Yeah.
That'll be the next podcast you're on.
Oh yeah.
Which won't be next week, but the week after that. I think.
Probably.
Yeah. I don't think I'll be here next week. So.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we met that summer, got up to a lot of shenanigans, and started telling kids. They had stories that we'd run and tell the kids.
Stories out the wazoo. And this guy right here that I'm talking to, sitting in front of me, Joseph Morgan, has the voice of an angel. Let me tell you.
That's why his podcast.
Appreciate it. And so I'd bring my guitar and we'd sing and stuff, and
because I can kind of sing, like I can carry a tune, whatever.
Cameron was pretty fun to work with. I remember he would
he shot a bird.
The fake bird target up in the tree, the brand new
that's the new one that's like a live one, but
it looks real.
Because
it even squeaks
now.
when you hit it. Yeah.
You hit a caterpillar and all the kids freaked out. You hit a caterpillar
with the bow.
With
the bow.
And all the kids freaked out. But yeah, we bonded over that.
Did I tell you that I shot the tail off a lizard?
Yeah, I was there too.
Yeah.
Yep.
And because I saw him a few weeks later, a tailless lizard.
So yeah,
You monster.
And Bryant can kind of vouch for this. Like you really bond with everyone out at RNA
because it takes an hour to walk there.
Yeah, it's like a 30-minute walk, and if and there's not a whole lot of people out there. There's like 6 people out there, and so you really get to know everyone out there. And so me and Joseph just hit it off real well.
Yeah,
and that's also how me and Bryant met.
Met that first summer before Joseph was even there.
Yeah,
but I was
working at
LIT.
I was working
and you
at
were
Ropes.
working at
I
Ropes.
wasn't working at
and that's when we met. And we didn't actually become friends because we weren't both counselors then.
That and you were like a lot younger than me, and I was like, I don't want to be friends with a 15-year-old.
Yeah. But
anyway,
but then this past year,
So,
worked there,
speaking on terms of camp, are you ready for it? You're coming back.
I'm super excited. So I've got this job it's the assistant there at the camp, and so I'll basically just be running around just doing odd jobs.
So you're the camp assistant.
Yeah.
Camp assistant. And
did you not know that?
I did not.
Yeah, and so they told me that I could be a counselor or this camp has horses, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I could be a counselor, horse wrangler, or the camp assistant. And so I was like,
decided to go with the one where you have to wake up early.
Oh yeah,
and go to bed late.
Yeah.
And still work an activity.
I think you'll love
no extra.
I think
breaks.
you'll love it though because you won't have kids.
Well, I am gonna miss that. Honestly, I know there are some people that don't like it, but I love that
but
part.
You'll be put in cabins though.
Right. I wanted to try something different.
You're the first to go, actually.
Yeah. I just wanted to do something different that's like that has me where I'm working on a different part of camp. Have more responsibility, making things happen.
Yeah, like more in the background.
Right.
Yeah, I've often felt a draw to that aspect of events and things like that.
I'll still be a lifeguard though, because I did lifeguard last summer,
Yeah.
and so I'll be doing that again.
I'm doing
a
a
lifeguard campus assistant.
Yeah.
Like the campus assistant this last year worked at ropes.
Right.
Yeah.
You'll work at okay.
I normally they work at horses, but
Right.
I asked Bryant last week, and I said also, what are you most excited for?
In regards to
Camp.
Into camp?
Yes.
Really, I think so. In a sense, I think I've kind of peaked a little bit, and I'll explain what I mean. Like, I think last summer was really good for me, just because it was second. I think second summer has the potential to be everybody's best summer. Not everybody's, right? But some
Last
people,
summer was a great summer. My second summer was not a great summer. But
and like.
But that's where you met Joseph. So you're saying that meeting Joseph was awful?
Good
no,
things come out
the
of
other things. Yeah. That's one of the good things that came out of a horrible summer.
I'm sorry.
But
I would agree. Last summer was really good though.
It was a great summer.
I had the main part in the so we have these like Bible skit. We have a theme each summer, and so last year's theme I got to play the role of the big kahuna. Yeah. Are we good? Yeah, I was Joseph, playing the role of Joseph.
We can talk about the Bible.
Okay, well, yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
we love the Lord too.
Yeah, we're allowed to talk about that.
We've given him a list of things not to talk about.
I'm treading lightly.
He's trying to like. He doesn't want to.
I keep making eye contact. I'm like, is this okay?
He doesn't
Am I about to get
mess
shot?
Up his first podcast.
Yeah, I say something wrong, and this guy in a black suit comes in and just like drags me off. Like,
but seriously though, finish this story up because we do have your initiation coming.
Oh, I'm scared. Oh, so I'm gonna make this story as long as I can.
No, please don't, because we have a 30-minute mark.
All right, let's see. Where are we now?
I don't know.
Not telling you.
Okay, all right.
Because we don't know either.
No, we're about 20 minutes in. Maybe.
Yeah,
I can tell a 10-minute story.
Initiation.
No.
Initiation will take like 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes.
All right, I got you. I'll make it quick. So, like, last summer was really good for me because I came in knowing a bunch of people, knowing how things work.
Yeah. Your first summer, you come in and you're
kind of blind to what's going on, Which, like, in the skits the first summer, I had a really fun time with Chase, because he and I were the
Chase
spies.
Jackson?
No, Chase Aldred.
Oh, yeah, Chase Aldred.
Because we were the spies to, and we can tell some stories about that, but we were the spies for Joshua and everything. We went into Jericho.
No, those were the funny. Y'all had GoPros.
We had GoPros that we would take, and
I wish
we would do our own little adventures while we were going off.
I wish we could get those and post them on the channel.
We can probably find them somewhere.
Those are the most funny.
I think Sarah does.
Yeah.
The camp. Okay.
The camp does.
Because see, we're gonna try and and since you're gonna be there, we're gonna try and do a montage video in between season 1 and 2 of like what we've been doing.
Because we're taking our hiatus between and during the summer. We're not gonna be doing anything. Yeah. We might film some stuff during the summer,
but we're basically mainly gonna try and see what they've already filmed with us in it, and try and put together like a montage. Cool. This is what we've been doing. So if you had that would be like incredible.
You knew the video, the one video.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
talking about.
I know the several videos.
Yeah.
There's one video that we can't show because it's got an inappropriate joke on it.
It's really funny.
But we're keeping it PG. So.
Yeah.
So we're keeping it PG week. So.
But what was I? So but this summer, having the main role, and then being a lifeguard. And kind of, I was actually the second in command over the lifeguards. That's not really how it works. It's not like a chain of command, but like I wasn't the head lifeguard, but I was the assistant head lifeguard. When the supervisor
was gone, you were the supervisor.
Right, and most of the times we were at different locations, so I was supervising. I had
one of those too.
And so that was fun, being able to have that responsibility and stuff. And so I think this summer as campus assistant, I'm not gonna be involved in the skits really.
Yeah.
So. I think last year was a good year for me to say I've played a big role. I've participated a lot. So this year I'm excited to kind of take a step back in a sense and work kind of in the background, making things happen.
So it's kind of like a story arc. Rising action first year.
And now I'm the old man.
Year, and now you're
I'm the old man, like in my cabin in the woods, just waiting to die.
Oh wow.
No.
Okay, well, we're going to move on from there, and...
Are you ready for this?
No.
This is your initiation.
We're going to go back and forth.
Yes.
Brennan and I are going to go back and forth and ask you some questions.
Oh, no.
Do you want to start?
I'll start.
I'm in the hot seat.
It's
a Q&A.
Do you just want to read down through, or we can pick our favorite one to ask?
Let's just read down through.
Did you come up with these questions?
I had them in order, yes.
Okay. Yes, Brennan came up with these questions, so props to him.
It's a Q&A.
Q and answer. Question and A.
Question and A. I had I had a little bit of free time last night after work, so I just kind of sat down and wrote these.
Yep. So
here we go.
So the first one is Joseph. Are you ready?
Yeah.
If you were stuck on an island and could only bring 3 items, not including clothes, what would they be and why?
What would they be and why?
Yes.
I hate these questions.
There's a lot of them on there.
All right, cool. All right, so I gotta settle in. Let's see.
There's 20 questions, by the way.
20 questions. All right.
It's like that game.
Yeah, it's 20 questions.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Let's see. I would obviously bring a water bottle, and I'd probably bring one of those water bottles that has the filter in it, so I can kind of drink some water.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'd bring a dog. I'd bring my new puppy. He's 16 weeks old. Because he's awesome.
I see what you're trying to
do. He'd probably like run away and
Okay.
just like, do his thing.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't help you at all.
No, not at all. He's
Survival
just there for
friend,
emotional support.
Yeah.
And honestly, he doesn't even really like
Heck
me
yeah.
that much. So,
That's
it'll give me something to do tracking him now.
Right. And
Yeah.
third,
I'd bring a volleyball.
A volleyball.
name it Wilson.
Absolutely. No, his name's Spalding.
Spalding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. Question number 2. The Earth. What
The
shape
Earth.
is it?
It's fat.
Fat, not
Fat,
flat.
not flat.
Is it round? You saying it's round?
It's fat, dude. It's
Okay.
so fat. Dude,
It's
I'd say
really
we
fat.
make some shirts, fat, not flat.
Okay, got it.
New
So our
line
ne-
of merch.
Yeah.
our next line of merch,
I like it.
which you can
Fat,
get
not
on
flat.
teespring.com, by the way.
Yep.
Yee.
All right.
I'm plugging our merch. Yeah, I like that. Fat, not flat. Do you consider yourself a talented musician?
I think
It's okay to be conceited, by the way.
I think
Brandon is all the time.
I think
I have a really big ego, so it's okay.
I think I do have a talent. I think that I have a lot of room for improvement. I think that everybody always has a lot of room for improvement. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Laurel or Yanny?
Man, definitely Laurel.
Okay,
Definitely
good.
Laurel.
I was hoping you weren't in a satanic cult or anything.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
not.
that was our question to try and filter you.
No.
This is also how we hire you. This is the hiring process.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
All right.
if you fail,
Can I get a
you're
cheat
kicked
sheet?
off.
All right, go ahead.
Favorite color?
Favorite color, blue.
Wrong answer.
Wrong
You're gone.
answer.
Bye. No.
I love blue.
Blue is my favorite color too, actually.
Okay, considering Endgame is coming out
Yeah.
this month,
Uh-huh.
what's one theory you have about the ending of Endgame?
The
How do you think?
ending?
Yeah, how do you think it's gonna end?
Where'd you get
So-
that question
It's
from?
right there. I kind of ad libbed.
You skipped, boy.
No, I didn't.
Um,
Oh no, yeah, I did. Shoot.
What you got?
My bad. What is one thing you couldn't live without?
What's one thing I couldn't live without?
Yeah,
You messed up, Brennan.
I messed up, bro.
Well, honestly, like, I want to say, like, the stereotypical, like, I can't live without the Lord. Because, like, I'm a Christian. I'm proud of that. But,
I'm speaking on terms of materialistic.
Yeah, but I know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I have to say that because I feel bad if I didn't.
My
but,
Bible.
But material things, one thing I couldn't live without, dude. Shoot, I'd say board games. Like, I love
that's
a good board
good
game.
answer.
Mm.
We should play board games
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
and podcast about it.
There you go.
Play D&D
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, I DM'd for the first time
on
recently.
the podcast.
Super cool.
I DM'd recently too.
It's awesome.
So much fun. I love acting it out.
It's
Like,
so that's the best part.
I DM girls all the time. So
Yeah, there are different types of DM.
could you
Yeah, you DM them, but you forget to send. You forget to press send.
just you?
Apparently.
No. When they're important, I send them.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
dang.
All right, love you, boo.
Okay. Anyway, there it is.
What influence? Dude, you just. I can answer
just-
this one already.
no.
Okay.
No.
What influenced you to start doing music?
To do music.
Joseph's over in the corner just
do music.
doing music. Joseph, you need to stop doing music.
I can't stop, man. I'm addicted. I've been doing music for 20 years.
I've moved up from the G chord to the C chord.
Anyway.
Yeah, so like growing up in church, like choir was a big thing. Like we had king singers where I was growing up, and so that's like what got me into it. But what really like the first album that I bought was "Sign No More" by Mumford & Sons, and dude, like I remember trying to convince my dad to let me get that album. Just talking to him about why I love it and everything. Because how I found them was, do y'all remember Coney 2012, that movement?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. They in the end of their video, they had "Roll Away Your Stone" playing by Mumford & Sons, and it was just the end of that song, but I heard it, and it just triggered something in me, and I was like, I need to listen to this. And so I recently got to go see Mumford & Sons in concert for the first time in Nashville last weekend. And so it was a huge blessing. Dude. It's super cool. But yeah, I'd say Marcus Mumford and his gang.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
His sons.
His sons, yes.
Right.
Mumford and his sons.
This next one is a very serious question.
Uh-oh.
Who would win in a fight, Rocky or Rambo?
Dude, honestly, like, I want to say Rocky, just because I love Rocky so much more. But Rambo, I'm giving it to Rambo.
I'm talking no weapons, just straight fist fighting.
No weapons?
No weapons, straight fist fight.
Oh, Rocky, man.
Rocky?
Rocky, oh, for sure.
Okay.
Favorite movie?
Favorite movie of all time? Oh, you can't do that.
I know this is an unfair question.
That's so like no, I'm a huge like movie.
I throw in like so if you don't notice, I throw in several favorites.
Yeah.
I love
from the favorites list.
Like I'm a big movie watcher and like I love them and I love like all different genres. I'd say one that I recently watched that I like a lot. I watched M. Night Shyamalan's The Village recently.
Ooh.
And that I would just say that one because it's fresh on my mind.
That's a good one.
It's solid, dude.
It's got
a really good
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, it's got a really good like
cast,
it's got a good cast, but it's got a really good kind of twist. Like it's got stuff that you don't see coming, and I love those movies. And M. Night Shyamalan's notorious for that.
Having twist endings. Yeah, we've seen it with Split.
The Split and what
Glass
is it? The
had
Sixth
a twist
Sense.
ending.
The Sixth Sense had the biggest twist ending.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen Sixth Sense a long time ago. Okay. What is one theory you have about Endgame? I've already asked you that question.
Yeah. So honestly, so you've seen the trailer for Far From Home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got like some more like subtle theories and things, but like my biggest one that I think is just kind of obvious, and I know a lot of people are talking about it, but is the time travel. Because like if you look at the trailer from Far From Home, it looks like nothing happened. The world looks like it's perfectly normal, like it's in perfectly good condition. So honestly, I think that it's going to have some sort of thing where they go back in time and almost reverse the effects completely. But if I have more time, like to talk on, like if we can talk about it some other time before it comes out, or like you know.
Well, it comes out this month, but since we're pre-recording, we're not going to be able to like talk about it.
Yeah, you're right.
But I think next time you're on, we can do a movie review /
we'll do it.
Theory idea about that.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. I said we had 20 questions, but we're running out of time. We're actually over our time mark.
We are well over, so...
I've got one more important question for you. 3 of the Avengers are trying to attack you. Thor, Hulk, and Iron Man. Which Justice League member would you call for backup?
I hate DC. Don't make me do this. Green Lantern.
Really?
Yeah.
Not Superman.
I don't think anybody would expect him.
Okay. I didn't.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But, like, I feel like if you got anyone but Superman, they could still beat you up.
All right.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like Iron Man's got some kryptonite stuffed up in his suit somewhere.
Maybe.
I had, I said we had one more question. I've got one more question after this, and this is the most important question of all. What made you say yes to being the next host for this podcast?
So this is something like podcasting is something I've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
I grew up just having this like weird discussions that just go any which way with my bros like all the time. Mm-hmm. And then I remember you called me and you were like, "Hey, so I know this is something that you like to do." Yeah,
you told me the day before I called you that you want. We had a conversation about it.
And I don't know. And so you said it and I was like, "Let me think about it." And then I think I called you back like 5 minutes later and I was like, "Dude, like I think I want to do this."
Yeah.
Cuz I'm a big thinker and I've got a lot of ideas and I think it'd be fun to, I don't want to come in and change anything, but like I want to kind of help build off of like what y'all have started.
We've only been able to do so much with what we have, but I think you guys are going to take it great places.
I think Brendan and I, we've talked a little bit about some ideas
we got some
have.
ideas, got some stuff festering in the back of our minds.
I'm excited to see where it goes. Okay, I'm going to become a devoted fan, man.
No, Ryan, you're still the producer.
Well, right,
you're gonna be the producer.
Yeah, but I'm still gonna like listen to
and
all.
We'll know
everything
that's going on in their life.
All right. Well, that has been our first podcast with our newest host, who's going to be replacing Bryant.
It's your boy,
but
Joseph Morgan.
Plug your Instagrams and stuff. Go ahead.
I'm actually off social media right now. Currently.
Never mind. Just kidding.
So, like last week with the whole
But you can follow us at In the Moment Podcast on Instagram. Give us a shout out. All right. It's been a good one.
It has been a good one.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us in this moment.
We hope to see you next week.
On In the Moment Podcast. Is that how this works?
No, you messed up.
Okay. All right, hold up, guys. Wait. Tell me what to say.
Thanks for joining us in this moment.
We hope to see you next week in that moment.
And then you say
in that moment.
Yeah. So
boom roasted.
Wait. Thanks for joining us in this moment.
We hope to see you next week
in that moment.
Thank ya.